What's going on, YouTube? It's Daniel G checking in. Today, we're doing an unboxing for some fishing tackle I got. Start off, we got a spiral rod holder. Put this in the ground, put your rod in the end. A spiral rod holder. And this kit is a pretty good kit, so if you were to purchase this kit, it'd be pretty good. Next item up is going to be a super spot. It's a fourth an ounce, 7 grams. I like this one, has a rattle in it. It doesn't weigh too much, but next one up is going to be a Strike King crankbait. One of my favorite lures and one of my favorite companies. They are a little pricey, the Strike Kings, but they're very good lures. They're very dependable. This thing will sink down to the bottom and it will stay, 8 to 12 feet. It says it dives up to 15 feet. I normally see these things running about 8 feet. Sometimes 6, sometimes 12. Normally in the 8 range. So I got one of this color. It's like a black and a white. So I also purchased another stand too, because I wasn't sure if this would be better. This is a extendable stick rod holder. So it's a little different. Put it in the ground and kind of lean your rod up against it. So that's the second rod holder. Because in Colorado you can have license for 2 rods, so that's what I have. I have a license that I can have 2 rods legally. And then I bought some bobbers in case I wanted to go bobber fishing. You always got to have some bobbers. And I've never seen this one before. It's called Spinalure Jakes. This one's very interesting. It says, please use a swivel. If you tie line directly to lure, sharp metal edges can cut your line. Please tie line to a snap swivel, then attach swivel to your Jake's lure. So yeah, interesting. I got me some catfish bait. It was on sale. Some chicken livers. Cause I have bait for a little bit of everything: catfish, panfish, walleye, bass, trout. That's the catfish bait. They didn't have a lot of selection. This one here is a Bitsy tube, 10 pack from Strike King. Like I said, one of my favorite brands. And this is an orange color, kind of smaller than I normally get, but they didn't have much to choose from, so I went ahead and snagged these. I like these. On the back it tells you how to set your rigs up. That's nice. Now this is a 5-piece set here. A 5-piece set, and it has a popper, so it's a top water bait, and then it has a rattle lure, a crankbait, and then a minnow as well. So you get 5 different lures in it, different colors. And that's the 5-pack. And then I got another Strike King. And this Strike King is it's a smaller bill on it, so it's not going to dive quite as deep as the other Strike King I got. And that Strike King brand is one of my favorites. Next in the bag is a 2-pack of lighters. Not really fishing related, but always nice to have a lighter in your tackle box. Next thing in the bag is a swimming bait. So it's going to catch a little smaller fish, but I like to catch fish sometimes and use that fish for bait. This is a swimming shad. Bought a fishing license today. Good for 2 rods. Next up is the trout worm. So it's already rigged up worm for trout. It's kind of cool. And it says trout on there, but I'm sure it'll catch more than trout. And then I bought some of this braid line. It was a little expensive, but I never tried out braid before, so I'm gonna see if this braid's any good. Let me know if you guys use braid or regular line. The next thing is some ball head jigs. So these are like weighted hooks pretty much. They already have weights on the heads. So they're great for like putting worms on and sinking them down. Eagle Claw is a very good brand. It's always nice to have extra bait in your tackle box. And then next up is a 50-pound scale. Because you always want to see how big the fish are you catch so you can brag to your friends and get your lie straight. Because I don't have to lie to kick it. So if you have a scale, then that's proof of how big the fish are. So I have a scale as well. Next is I haven't seen this before. It's called a Rage Blade. It's by Strike King. Again, one of my favorite brands. But this thing is it's kind of like a jig, almost, by Strike King. I'm a big fan of Strike King. And then I have some trout worms here that aren't hooked up. The other ones have already have hooks in them. These are just the normal worms without hooks for trout. And then I have some Zoom bait, some white pearls. It didn't have many selection when it came to soft plastic bait, but I found some variety. The other ones I got were a different color. They're orange, so I bought white. Because if you're not hitting one color, you change up the color. And then I got some barbless hooks. In Colorado, if you're fishing certain lakes, you have to have barbless hooks. So I have barbless hooks to fish in certain lakes. I've never fished with a barbless hook before, but now I have them in case they ask. Because you know they're going to. Next item is a bait holder hook. So they just have notches on the top. Hold your bait. Next is a bass jig. Always nice to have different options to throw. If you're not biting one thing, you throw something else. So you keep all this stuff around. It's not like you buy it and use it one time. Sometimes you do lose the bait and it gets stuck places, but you try to retrieve these things and get them. So because you only have to buy them once and you can use them for a really long time. Because again, this is a jig. Next thing is a 9-in-1 multi-fishing tool. A 9-in-1 multi-fishing tool. It is pliers, a crimp jaw, wire strippers, wire cutters, a carabiner, a straight edge knife, a Phillips screwdriver, a slated screwdriver, and a file with a nail cleaner. It was cheap too, it was like $6. Stainless steel. So that would be good for the tackle box as well. Because you want to have stuff like that in your tackle box. And then here's some more Strike King bait here. Here's some plastic worms. And they are again a different color. I have orange and white. Because if you're not biting one color, you change up to a different color. And this has on the back exactly how to string them up, line them up. Next one we got is Big Fish Poppers. I thought these things were pretty cool. The Walmart I went to did not have any frogs. I enjoy fishing topwater frogs, but my Walmart didn't have frogs. I have to order some online or go to a different Walmart. These things are cool. Big Fish Poppers. Got a pack of those. Next thing up is some Wild Eye Swim Shad. And these are 1/4 ounce. They're actually pretty heavy. These will hit some fish too. I've had decent luck with these before. And like I said, all this stuff you buy it once and you keep it in your tackle box and you reuse it. You don't lose it every time. And then here's a hat hook. Well, why in the heck did you buy that? Well, to put on my hat. It's a hat hook. It serves no purpose but to put on your hat. You could probably catch a fish with it if you had to, but I think it's just for looks. So besides some of that line I bought, I didn't tell you all this when I showed you this. This is braid. It says 20-pound test braid. 20 pound. So I bought 20-pound braid because I want to have a line that has really heavy on it. And then my other line I bought 8-pound. This is a little bit cheaper line here. And to be honest, like, I don't like using cheap line. I haven't really used heavy, expensive line before, but I just don't like cheap line. Here's the same style of crankbait I had earlier, but it's a different color one. It's a Strike King, one of my favorite companies. It's the same bait, just different color. I really like this crankbait here. Caught multiple big bass on them before. But like I said, they're different colors, so I picked up 2 so they can sit in the tackle box when I use them. So the next item up is going to be a spin bait. Love to have a spin bait. I've caught big old bass on these before. You just kind of troll them or reel them in real slow. Got a spin bait to throw in the box, always nice. It's called a spinner. Next up, I got some weights for my worms. You always gotta have weights. You never want to run out of stuff when you're fishing, so you keep all this stuff in your tackle box. You don't have to go to Walmart all the time. And then next item are some Gamakatsu hooks. You gotta have some hooks to put your worms on. This is another brand I really like. They are a little expensive, but they're really good quality hooks. I really like them. This size is a 3, I believe. So yeah, they're a little pricey on the hooks, but they're definitely worth it in my opinion. I like them. Another tool I bought are 6-inch fishing pliers. I know I had that little tool, but these are for getting big hooks out of big fish. Because I plan on catching big fish as well. There are little fish I plan to catch, but I plan to catch big fish as well by the dams. Some striped bass, hopefully. So that's a tool that's needed. Another thing I got are some more weights. You never want to run out of weights, so I got 2 packs of weights. I like these weights too because you just stick them on. You don't have to do anything real special. Next up is it's a hard bait. It's a really small hard bait, teeny tiny. Something's gonna hit it though. I got a good feeling on it. Then next up, I bought a Western freshwater fishing tackle. And this is just your basic stuff. It has trout hooks, freshwater hooks. Um, it comes with 40 hooks, 14 swivels, 17 sinkers, 7 jigs, 1 float, 1 line clipper, 1 hook remover, 1 sliding sinking rig with treble, 1 stringer, 1 freshwater trips booklet, and 1 reusable tackle box. So some of the items are pretty cool. It wasn't expensive, but nice to throw in your tackle box and have. And then my last item I got was a 2024 Colorado fishing guide. And that's it, guys. Thanks for checking in. And here is some of the haul here. See y'all next time.